Hello everyone, this is our next privacy interview session, and today we have a guest from Switzerland, Dr. Anna Zeiter, Global Chief Privacy Officer and Data Protection Officer of an international company. And Anna is an expert in data protection, IT and e-commerce law. She is always talking at international conferences and teaching at different universities. Also, Anna is publishing her articles on different data protection issues in Stanford Transatlantic Technology Law Forum, the European Data Protection Law Review, and other European journals. Anna, thank you very much for having time and visiting us to share your experience with us today. Anna, I would like to ask you, what does it mean to be a global data protection officer in Switzerland?
So this is actually a pretty interesting job, very exciting, and very exciting times with GDPR, probably hopefully a new Swiss data protection law coming soon, and then new developments, emerging privacy laws around the world. I think the important part is that you stay connected with the jurisdictions you are in. You need to understand the Swiss law, but you also need to have a focus on what's going on around me. So what is the European Union doing? What are other companies or other countries doing? What is happening in the US? What is happening in Asia, and so on. So overall, very interesting times, but I think the important thing is focus on your main jurisdictions your company is working in, and then try to keep an eye on emerging privacy laws.
My second question is about the famous GDPR, Global Data Protection Regulation. What are the main challenges for you to implement GDPR in Switzerland?
Oh, the famous GDPR. So we actually decided as eBay that we would like to implement GDPR on a global level. So we implemented GDPR globally, as I said, not only because we have binding corporate rules in place. So we're actually the first Silicon Valley company having or implementing binding corporate rules. We have binding corporate rules since 2009, and therefore we are already obliged to have on a global level European or to follow European data protection requirements. So therefore we decided to implement GDPR globally, and now whenever we see new laws coming up, now for example in California, which are slightly stricter in some areas than GDPR, we add that actually to the program.
Thank you very much for insightful information on it. It's really helpful for us. And my last question is about the role of the DPOs in Switzerland. As I know, you have more than 20 years of experience in privacy. What would you like advice to Swiss data protection officers or newly appointed DPOs in their role?
Yeah. Oh, 20 years sounds so long. So, I mean, what I could recommend is stay connected and try to invest in your network. Try to be connected first to the regulators, try to be close with them, try to understand what their focus areas are, try to understand what the regulator is doing and what their areas of interest are. Then try to stay connected with peers, understand what peer companies are doing. Are you above market, below market? In which direction is the market going? Because we see a lot of very fast-moving developments in the privacy field. And then, of course, stay very closely connected to the business, have good relationships with the stakeholders in your company and understand where your company is going to. And so try to invest in your network on actually different angles.
Thank you very much, Anna, for being
Very
here
welcome.
today. And thank you very much for watching us. Please stay tuned for the next privacy interview sessions.